It's like for the past like 6 months probably. I've just been like looking at my gameplay and I'm like, what's the obvious thing I can improve on that would like help me across the board? And the answer has just always been ledge dashes and like specifically getting off a ledge.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's like one of the only areas where I'm like playing like people in my skill level, but like specifically foxes that are uh like my skill level or a little better. I'm like, oh, like I'm doing like corny stuff off ledge, and they're letting it rip, you know.
Uh-huh.
So I'm kind of ready to stop doing that, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ledge dashing is so important, and nowadays all the foxes have good enough tech skill to just like rip it and get super juicers, and it makes like when they have like a safe corner position immediately and you don't, you just like EV wise, you will lose stocks so much more often than they do. Like they'll lose stocks one every like four ledge dashes, right? But you'll lose one every like two ledge interactions. And just over the course
Yeah,
of games, you know, that
it's
adds
one
up.
it's one of those things that like I don't really I spend most of my time practicing against people
Hmm.
like IRL or like at locals. And so I don't think there's enough like good people like in my scene that like ledge dash like that. But when I'm playing online and I'm like searching an expert, something like that, like
Hmm.
everyone can just kind of do that. You know
Yeah,
what I
they all
mean?
just got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, okay, well, I guess honestly, I don't really have any preamble. We could just get into it. I'll start with talking about ledge dashes, and then we could build off that, then go into like corner play stuff. Seems like a
Yeah.
natural progression. Okay, let me start streaming. Um, my biggest thoughts on ledge dashing and practicing ledge dashing. When I was improving the most at ledge dashing, there's one thing that I did pretty much the entire time. Um, and that was I'd go into it was 20xx then, but Uncle Punch now. I'd make a save state. I'd have it set to record, and then initially I just start with going to ledge and ledge dashing, and then doing that over and over and over until I like actually miss a ledge dash. Not like tournament winner, because tournament winner means that you got off ledge too early, like you started doing the ledge dash input too fast. So that's just like you know, pretty easy to fix. Just start your buttons a bit slower. But the ones where it's like, oh, I let me try an SD. Um, okay, it's kind of hard to do something bad after you've done it, practice doing it well. But like when I'd like actually miss one in that SD, I'll use down just to make it easier. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, what did I do? I'd go into frame by frame, and then I'd look. I'd be like, okay, well I refreshed. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could drop on this frame. Okay, I waited 3 frames. That's not that big of a deal. The big parts of ledge dashing that are the most like important in terms of making sure that you get on stage will always just be the double jump. The double jump is the most, I guess, variable timing per se, where if you use down, you could only drop for 1 frame because if I don't know if you heard the audio on the stream, but the fast fall noise played, and since you're pressing down and you fast fall for 2 frames, you go too far. And I'm sure if you look at this ledge dash, I'll go to the next frame. I probably am double jumping. Yep, right there. And so it's like that one with a down ledge dash. I dropped for 2 frames. The second frame was a fast fall, and so then I go too far for my air dodge to make it on stage. Right, and all of
I got it.
this. You go, you go.
You can finish what you're doing right now, but I do want to talk about back versus down ledge dashes
Mm-hmm.
because I do down, and I don't know if it's like worth switching or if it's like actually better to do back or if it's like kind of not really like I don't really understand the pros and cons of both.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, we could definitely talk about that. I've thought about it a lot, and I've switched between down and back a bunch of times. Um, the end of my thought pretty much was that like whole process of ledge dashing with a set to record until you get a bad one, and then setting it to playback, going through frame by frame, seeing what parts of it went wrong, and then like doing specific practice that we'll get into a bit later, um, based off that result. Since it's a good time now, we could get directly into the stuff with using backslash down. The main things, the ultimate kind of decision you're making in picking backslash down is, generally speaking, with back you will get less gallant, but you have more frames of leniency for your fall. So you could fall for 2 frames and still live, or you could fall for 3 frames and still live, or fall for 4 and still live if you have a later trigger press timing and still get decent gallant. But you're giving up gallant, and so in some cases, maybe you do an away ledge dash and you get 10 gallant, and that probably means you're pretty limited to doing stuff like turnaround up tilt or playing evasive rather than like just ripping an up smash, just because you have less frames to do that compared to down, where down is less lenient. You essentially always have to jump. Not essentially, you do have to jump on the first frame of fall every single time, no matter what. But you get way more frames of gallant, and you could hit the peak of, 15 frames with Fox if you, got the sauce like that.
The most I'm ever hitting, I feel like, is like 13.
Yeah, and I think that's more than enough. Honestly, I did say that you could do more with more frames, but I think in practice, the difference doesn't matter all that much. I think once you hit 10 frames a gallon-ish, that is like enough to do almost everything you really feel like you need to do. Assuming you have good tech skill after it too. Like if you're dashing frame 1 out of your ledge dash and stuff.
Yeah.
There are a few mechanical differences too, like with your hand, that could influence whether you want to pick one or the other. I think down is a much simpler input, even though it's more precise, because going from down to, the bottom left or bottom right notch is pretty easy. And a lot of the time, I think you'll probably see it if you look at my ledge dash. You see how with my ledge dash, I didn't go straight down. I went slightly down towards the notch, right? And then moved into it. And that's like something that you could only do with down. But if you look at me doing an away ledge dash, look at how much I have to move the stick just to get on stage, right? It's like I have to go all the way back, then forward. And it's like, this is like there's more movement that you need to do. And it's hard to be super on it with going from one side of the gate to the other, right? So that's also like a mechanical thing to think about, and it's mostly comfort, because if you just practice it, it'll be, normal regardless, but whichever one you find more like innately comfortable. And I know you already use down, so like it would just make sense to keep using down, right, then switch to away, because there is no real ultimate benefit. It's just like a trade-off, but I generally feel like the frames aren't super valuable. I don't know if you have heard Leffen talk about ledge dashing, but Leffen was one of the main people who like initially was like, okay, there's a choice between away and down for those frame reasons, and he generally felt that away was probably better just in like a tournament sense, because it being easier matters. Yeah, right. Like I think something that's also good about away compared to down is down, missing a down ledge dash essentially means USD. But missing an away ledge dash means you get something like,
means you're off stage, means you're on stage without the link.
Yeah, it means like you get one of those ledge dashes. Like that's missing an away ledge dash, essentially. But down almost always means death. And that's something to think about too. I don't necessarily think it matters that much, because if you look at most of the top Foxes, essentially all of them use down, I think. I know Josh Brand switches between down and away. I think Cody
uses away.
Cody using away makes sense. I know Plup used away.
He has all those like very famous like getting Dorakis on FDE things. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I know Cody's away. I think Moki is away as well, because he also does a lot of Doraki stuff.
Yeah, I know Mango used down. I know Mango's not one of the main Foxes where it's like this guy's a ledge dasher, but Mango's Fox did have
Yeah,
good ledge
he's not
dashes.
not a ledge dasher.
But he
kinda.
did have really good ledge dashes, and he's down. I think ultimately it doesn't matter, but there is the one technicality of away being a tiny bit better in worst case scenarios. But since it's like repeatable tech skill, I'm not sure how much I care about that. Right? It's like
Yeah.
imagine being like, I don't want to wave dash with X and L because sometimes I get a really slow wave dash. So instead, just in a theoretical sense, let's have my wave dash button be something easier to press. It's like, well, you're gonna wave dash a million times anyways. You're probably gonna be pretty good at it, you know. So I don't know how much you need to like band-aid it.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. And do you know like the frame stuff of ledge dashing? Do you think that would be something that help to know?
Dude, especially like the ledge dash tool in Uncle Punch, like I don't be like I use it, but I don't like the whole like the bar that like goes on the frames and telling me like how much frames is what and all that shit. Like I don't.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we could start there then. Let me hit one ledge dash so we have decent. Okay, so cliff weight is essentially how many frames after the first. You know how when you grab ledge, you have to sit on ledge for 7 frames first before you do anything, just because like the animation's playing out.
Yeah.
And so then cliff weight are the frames after that. And so in this case, the first 2 frames I was in cliff weight. The third frame I started going into fall, right? So I got 1 frame of fall, which is correct. And that's I was down ledge dashing, by the way, so that like makes sense, right? 1 frame of fall, and then I jump for 3 frames. That's what that is how many frames I'm in jump for. So 3,
Yep.
and then landing is just like the air dodge lag, and then the blue actionable essentially is just that's gallant. And so we see on mine I got 14 gallant, which mathematically lines up. I think I was wrong about 15. I think it's technically 16 with the best ECB. And so then I got 16 gallant. If I had 0 cliff weight, right, like I acted on the first frame, I would have gotten the 2 back that I missed from that cliff weight, right?
Yeah.
And it's pretty consistent with both away and down that your amount of jump will always essentially be 3 or 4. If I'll do an away one too, just so we have a number to go with. There. And so we see 4, I fall for 2 frames, which makes sense because I'm using away and I don't have to jump on the first frame. And also, something to keep in mind is if you do jump on the first frame with away, what'll happen is you'll get like essentially a backwards jump, right? You see how that was an away, and you saw how before I got onto the stage, I kind of like clipped because I did a backwards jump. You see, and so then it's like you essentially need to have at least 2 frames of fall on away. Just mechanically, your hands literally can't go from left to right in 1 frame while also jumping and getting a forward jump. And so that's like, it'll always be 2 or 3 frames at least for like good away ledge dashes. And then you saw with the one that I hit before, I had 4 frames of jump, which makes sense because I fell further. I had to jump, for longer. There is technically, I don't know exactly what numbers in terms of like how many frames you need to fall and when you need to double jump or blah 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 to make sure that you get like less air dodge frames, like getting 1 instead of 2. But I don't think it really matters because that was a perfectly clean ledge dash. I got 10, and I'm content with that, right? All that to say that I think knowing that for down, your ledge dashes are generally going to be 1 frame fall, 3 frames jump, and then the rest doesn't really matter, is helpful for when you go through practicing it the way I showed. Because, when you're going back and looking at the frames, you could be like, oh, I fell for 4 frames, and that is the thing that went wrong. Because sometimes you SD and you don't know if it's you dropped for 2 frames or if you jumped for 4 frames or something like that, right? Like things that can go wrong are ambiguous, I guess, in that sense. So yeah, it's a pretty simple method for practicing ledge dashing, but I literally would spend, 30 minutes at a time practicing, and just every single ledge dash where I was like, I'm not like happy about that ledge dash or something went wrong. I would go and look, and then try and adjust it. And then the more you do that, this is something that I especially felt like I benefited from, and I'm sure all the top players also feel this, is like you could feel all the individual frames of the ledge dash rather than it feeling like I kind of like combined action, right? Like the fact that when I'm ledge dashing, I can feel the difference between the jump, the fall, the air dodge, all that stuff as individual things makes it a lot easier when, say, you're in tournament and you have a day where you're missing ledge dashes. You could tell, oh, well, I feel like I'm jumping a bit late today. And so then it's pretty easy to adjust and be like, all right, I'll jump 1 frame faster,
Instead of just being like, I got to drill from ledge now.
Yeah, instead of being like, well, I guess it's time to roll up. I don't know what to do. Yeah, it helps a lot. There are a few things to do that, like to supplement your ledge dash practice. Since you use down, this is going to be especially helpful. Is when you could practice doing the down input like you would ledge dash without pressing the trigger, and making sure you get frame 1 jump every time. Like these are all frame 1. That one I jumped too early, and just making sure that you have that was a 2 frame because you heard the fast fall noise. What's it called? That was a fast fall. And if you can consistently jump from ledge on the next frame after dropping, I think it'll be pretty good for down, because I mean that's the whole deal with down, and you'll get a much better feel of it'll separate the ledge dash into individual options even further, right? In your mind, it'll be like, oh, okay, well, I'm doing the drop, and then the jump, and then the forward, and then you put it all together, and then you get a ledge dash like that. Away doesn't really have that, just because, like, part of the movement is moving forward. Like, that's a part of the tech skill, where that's not really the case with down, just because you're already so close to the angle where you'd want to be hitting the wave dash. And so what I did a lot with when I was practicing and trying to get better at ledge dashing is to make sure I'd get forward jumps, because that's mostly an issue with the way, not really down because you're never going back. Is I'd do this. I'd practice without ledge dashing, jumping forward, and then just like making sure I'm never getting any back inputs. And all of these jumps, since it's more lenient, are good enough to be ledge dash jumps, right? And so now, once you get your jumps down, then it's just practicing pressing the trigger at the right timing.
And don't you have to have a frame 1 jump to like hit the Dreamland plat when you go? Isn't like that the thing?
I'm not sure if it's frame 1. I think it might be. I've honestly never actually tested the frames on it. Let's see. I didn't record it. Let's see. This is using away too, so we'll see if it's actually frame 1 or not. Drop. You could, if you're using away, you could drop for 2 frames, and I'm sure it's probably the same for down. I definitely cannot hit this tech skill with down, so I'm just gonna frame by frame it, and then forward, move forward. Yeah, and it seems like it's the same for down, where the ledge tech skill, if you drop for 1 frame, you get the double jump.
I'd be going for that. Maybe it feels easier because I'm a down ledge dasher, like getting that instant jump and going for the Dreamland ledge dash on flat. But I'd be doing that one, and I think it's really good.
Yeah, it's super duper good.
I feel like people don't see it coming on Dreamland because it's a little harder.
Yeah.
This is good because like that. Every time I practice this, it felt like I don't know exactly why I'm not like hitting it, but knowing it's like you have 2 frames to jump, and me about to be doing something that means I'm practicing like my frame 1 jumps. Like this seems like an intuitive thing to practice alongside it.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I think you could. It all lines up together pretty well. I guess while we're here, we could also talk about laser landing, since that is a valid part of getting off ledge too. There's essentially 2 variations of laser landing. There's the Battlefield version, which has less gallant. Actually, we could do this in the ledge dash training, so you could see the actual amount of gallant I could get. where, you know, that was a good one, but it reset me. That pissed me off, actually. I hate the fucking Uncle Punch reset training thing. Sure, that's fine. We can use this one. And so this was with away. I'm not, honestly, I don't know how to do it with down. I never felt like it never made sense to me with down, so maybe it's something worth practicing with away. I'm not sure if when you drop from ledge, if like every button you do is with down, but like I think if you do all of your things with down, maybe it's worth practicing for down. But if there's things like, oh, I want to double jump on stage and hit like a late backer like that, or I'm drilling from ledge, like are those things you do with away?
The only thing that I'll do with away is like when I'm trying to do like the like lower, like slower back air.
Uh-huh.
Like if I'm edge guarding like Fox or Falco, I'll drop with away sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's like pretty much the only thing though. I do down for my aerials from ledge. I do down for when I'm laser landing or wave landing on platforms. I do down for everything else.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Like literally when I started practicing like refreshing backwards, I was like, this is awkward because I was so not used to hitting away.
That makes sense. Yeah, in that case, we could mess around with it now, but you might. I'll try using away. I feel like the issue with away to get the good laser land that has Galint is if you do it for 1 frame, like you drop for 1 frame, you are too high, and if you drop for 2 frames, you're too low, and you can't. There's no other variance. You know, it's either one or the other. And so you see how the first one I got was 1 frame of Gallant, and I think I had maybe 2 frames of cliff weight, or maybe 1 frame of cliff weight. And so the best it would get is 3 frames. And in this case, I was in cliff weight for 3 frames. And so now it's like the best I'd get on a 2 frame fall is 0. But we saw with the away that, okay, that was a bad one. Okay, now I can't hit it. That's fine. Sure. So we have 3. Now, if we had 2 less frames of cliff weight, it'd be 5, right? And so if you want the Gallant from it, which I think is important because being able to shield afterward isn't like that's a big thing, and be invincible. I'd probably recommend practicing away and getting used to it being kind of awkward, honestly. And it'll probably help too, just because in my experience, when I'm on ledge, there's a lot of reasons for me to pick between using down and away anyways. Like sometimes I want to like spend more time drifting when I'm getting into stage. And so I want to be able to do something like that. And then maybe I'd use away for that instead of using down. Or maybe there's sometimes I want to drop for a few frames before double jumping, and like a backer like this, and I get to delay it. That's something you could only do with away compared to like this, where it's a lot faster with down, right?
You know, whenever I do something like that and I'm trying to delay, I'll literally just like fast fall, shine, and then jump.
That makes sense.
Like, that's kind of like my solution there. It's like, if I want to go like really low and hit like up air, like second hit is landing like right as I go on stage to like hit a Marth or something. That's kind of my strat.
That makes sense.
I don't know what the frames are on that, or if it's like similar, or how much time I'm losing, but that's always kind of worked for me in those spots.
Okay, that seems fine then. I'm pretty sure the frames all work out to be the same no matter what, so it should all be fine. But yeah, at least I think in this, for the laser land, it might be worth learning, what's it called? Learning jump back and jump forward with away if you care a lot about the Gallant. At the end of the day, getting 1 is kind of the only thing that matters for the Battlefield laser land, because you want to be able to shield safely at the like worst case scenario.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is the Battlefield version where it's Gallant is decent, and you're not necessarily clipping in the way you traditionally would with a laser land, like this one, you know, not that one. the one where you're like ECB warping like that. Like it's not one of those. It's just kind of like, well, like technically it is an ECB warp anyways. Like you're warping down, but it's not very crazy. But the Yoshi's one is one where you could get a ton of Galint. 8 Gallant, right? And you see how that one really looks like I'm clipping. You don't see the laser come out. You don't hear the laser. Right? That was 11.
God, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah. And this is one that most people don't do. A lot of them just do like that one or like that one, but you actually need to do it like this to get the Gallant because you're actively ECB clipping.
And you don't get anything when you waveland. You don't get any Gallant when you waveland, dude.
I think you get one. I think one's the highest you could get. Yeah, it should be one.
Yeah, so literally, if you just do the laser land in a frame 1 dash, like, you're basically moving in the same way, except you just are moving with Galint.
Yeah. Yep. The laser land is, like, super duper powerful on Yoshi's. Like...
Okay, I didn't quite understand the Galint factor when I was doing that. Normally, I was just thinking about, like, where I want to be, and if I wanted to, like, get out of the way... Or, like, get out of the corner, not from the ledge, or not from the ground. So that was, like, really my only thing. I wasn't quite considering how much Galint you actually get for the laser land. That's really big.
Yeah, it matters a lot. And that doesn't mean, honestly, that you shouldn't waveland at all, either. Like, I still waveland from ledge pretty often, just because, like, it's a lot easier to do that than it is to do, like, good laser land into act fast, into also dash off. Like, that's really hard. And so it's like, sometimes I just go forward.
That also could just be like a practice thing, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Practice it.
It's definitely a practice thing.
If I practice that, then like it'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree. I do think there is one specific scenario that you cannot recreate with the laser land, and that is wave dash or waveland forward teeter. And this might seem niche, but it is. It does come up.
No, dude, I teeter a lot. I'm constantly teetering.
Yeah, and I think this is important.
I go for a lot of like teeter dash back shield drop setups.
That makes sense. Teeter's super good.
Yeah. Whenever I want to like people be confused about like the direction I'm facing or anything when I'm coming off of a platform, like I'll just go for like teeter dash back shield drop back air, and it's like, oh, how is he like back airing me on my left side when I thought he would be, you know, on my, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite stuff with it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or helps a lot with drill too. When you want to be like, because of the slant of drill, it's like you want to be drilling with your slant facing a certain direction. Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. Like, do that teeter and then like literally like try to like dash back shield frame one. Yeah, exactly like that.
That makes like a lot of sense.
That's the stuff I go for a lot. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good.
The laser land stuff is big. I really was kind of ignorant there. I guess my next question, now that we cover like frames and the laser land, is in terms of practicing it, like what would you say are like your quintessential like ledge dash options? Like, because the way I was breaking down about how I would want to practice it is I would want to practice it off different kinds of refreshes. Oh, I guess that's the question I want to do first. Okay. What, besides Firefox stalling back and like down, what are you think that are refreshes like worth doing? Like, do you think doing like the backwards jump refresh into ledge dash is worth it, or do you think going down and going as low as you possibly can and re-grabbing is worth it? For practicing your ledge dashes, like what do you think about those refresh methods? Are those like low-key like chumpy? Should I not be going for those and really just be sticking to Firefox stalling?
I think that if you have the choice and there's no reason to pick one or the other, you should always go with fire stalling, because a big thing with ledge dashing too is your ECB and how you grab the ledge. And so like a good example is wave dashing to edge gets you a really bad ECB, and so ledge dashing off of it is super strict and pretty difficult. Yoshi's is a bad stage because it's a bit easier to ledge dash on, but your ECB is like super duper like fucked up when you wave dash to edge. And so you'll see that I haven't really been SDing all that much, but I'm sure the moment I start wave dashing to edge, we're gonna get a whole bunch of like random shitty ledge dashes, you know? And like that matters a lot too. And so it's the same for refreshing, where double jump refreshing from above, your ECB is fine. You get like a pretty normal ECB, but then if you're doing it from down, ECB is a bit less good, and so it's more awkward to hit good ledge dashes. But the best ECB possible is always fire stall, whether it's back fire stall or down fire stall.
Yeah. The only reason I was kind of like thinking about practicing from below is because it's more more of a representation of how you'll be grabbing ledge when you like are recovering.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
You go low, and then like that's actually like the spot that you're probably going to be grabbing ledge from more.
Yeah.
The backwards one is really something I only do because it feels really natural when I'm like edge guarding Marth.
Yep.
You know, like you do that like back flip, like you grab ledge early, and then you're like, I have some time, and then I'll do like that back flip re-grab into like backwards fire stall.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just wait out and try to get like hold ledge for as long as possible, and that like feels like it's covers like every Marth recovery option sometimes. But okay.
I agree, and that's actually something I wanted to talk about too, is that I practice every variation of grabbing ledge for that exact reason. Is that's why I mentioned initially with the if you have no reason to pick one or the other, you go with fire stall. That was to go into if you have a reason, like say for example, the Marth up is a great example, right? I'd want to be doing the double jump back and being good at ledge dashing off of it, or double jumping in place is another thing that is it's really important to be good at doing it off double jumping place for the same reason against Marth or against Sheik, right? Or even against like, because the one big thing too with using all the stalls is that they're all different speeds, and so when you're like edge guarding, for example, the difference in speed between a fire stall and say a double jump with no fast fall, or a double jump with fast fall, or a double jump in place, or a drop double jump, right? Like those are all meaningfully different timings. And so when you're like on the ledge for edge guarding reasons, you'd want to do whichever one has the best timing to line up with whatever you're hitting. And so then like on the alternative, being good at ledge dashing out of those spots is relevant, right? I even practiced short hop to ledge a bunch. The only one that I haven't practiced all that much is wave dash, but you probably should also be good at wave dashing or ledge dashing off of wave dash to edge. Like I know this is the way that a bunch of people practice it, where they just ledge dash, wave dash back, ledge dash, wave dash back. And so like I do think you should practice literally every variation of grabbing ledge you can, including like up being, fast falling the ledge, or you know, up B clipping the ledge. What are other ones? Or like side Bs where you go slightly above and have to fall, or side Bs where you sweet spot, right? Or ones where you get the instant clip like that, where you don't move at all. Like these are all things that you should practice the timing on, because the timing that you're active from ledge is different between all of them, and so you have to have some sort of schema for them. Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts or questions?
Before we get into character specific stuff, no. That was now we're supposed to go into quintessential options off the ledge.
Yeah, true. Okay, so
in my mind, just to make sure, I want to make sure I'm not missing any. In my mind, you should be practicing like, I was trying to think about how I would break up my practice, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna practice ledge dashing off of backwards fire stall exclusively for a little bit, and then I'm gonna just ledge dash up tilt like 10 times, and then I'm gonna ledge dash nair. I'm going to ledge dash like dash dance back, ledge dash, like foxtrot forward, And then the only other thing that I was thinking of is like ledge dash, like JC Shine.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, is there like any other like big things that it's like, oh, in this matchup, like being able to do this off ledge dash is maybe up smash? I don't know. Like what else are you like really doing off your ledge dashes?
Pretty much the only things that you missed, I guess, were up smash, which you mentioned later. Up smash, honestly, nowadays doesn't come up all that often, but it is still good to be good at doing ledge dash up smash in place fast, and then ledge dash up smash fast. Ledge dash full hop, ledge dash full hop is important. You know, it's easy because you're dash full hopping, but like you should still practice it. Let's see, what other things are there? That's kind of it in terms of like explicit buttons. I think you hit all the like most common ones that come up.
Yeah, the thing that I don't understand, I feel like a big knowledge gap across all matchups, or specifically in the Dittos when I feel this the most, is like, I feel like ledge dashing should be like a reaction point, like on both ends, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, like this person is standing in a way that like really makes ledge dash up tilt annoying, and like obviously it's gonna be ambiguous the better player you're playing, but like sometimes I'll be playing someone and I'm like, oh my god, they just ledge dash blank every time, and I don't quite like the knowledge on how to punish that in particular, or the other way around. It's like I feel like if I start thinking about what I'm choosing off ledge more thoughtfully off of ledge dash, then I'll start to realize like, man, when I ledge dash up tilt, it loses to this. And then I can like reverse that and be like, oh, like this person's ledge dash up tilting, I need to hit them with this because this is what beats it. You know? That's just like a big like gap.
Yeah.
Especially with like fucking box foxes, they're all just like gremlins. They're all just
they all get 15 gallant frame perfect frame one there halfway across the screen.
God. Yeah, the JC shines. It's like, dude,
yeah.
Ledge dash JC shine like pisses me off.
It is like disgustingly good. I also hate getting hit by it. It's just like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah,
that makes sense then. We could talk about why you'd want to pick any of those options, and then also what the responses will be for like, you know, each matchup, right? We could do it that way, where it's just like we go over the ones that happen the most in those matchups, and then how they deal with it, and then like what the dynamic kind of is. Yeah, so we could start with the Ditto. First, I guess let's establish what the base spacing is. This could change between characters, and I'll say when it does. But for the time being, this is about the base spacing that Fox will want to be at when you hit your ledge dash, right? Because this is the range that is outside of up tilt. And it also is far enough away to where if you decide to dash forward and they're dashing back, you wouldn't be able to catch them. Like, it's just it's a safe zone, right?
Yeah.
They can't hit by areas or anything. And so then, assuming you see someone at this spot, maybe they're dash dancing around this spot, right? But they're in this, their movement is centered around this zone, right? Like their dash dance is centered around it, or maybe they're wave dashing down here, or they're full hopping here, whatever it may be. My first instinct is the main options I'm thinking of doing are ledge dash back, because it lets me start moving, right? I get to start thinking about moving, being evasive, trying to set up positioning to like potentially escape. And so something that happens a lot is I do ledge dash back, and then I've realized that they kind of stayed in this spot, and so then I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll do, you know, ledge dash back, and then, you know, full hop and go to top plat or something like that, right? Or another thing that you could do is ledge dash, then just go to side platform, right? And this means that they'd have to call you out to hit that because you'd have gallant from here to here, essentially.
Yeah.
That is an option. This is also spacing where ledge dash up smash hits, right? Or nair. But I think I don't necessarily lean into those buttons just because I think if someone is willing to respect ledge dash enough to be at the baseline safe spacing, that also means they're probably willing to dash back and they get the choice to dash back in the center because they have positional advantage, right? And so
Yeah.
doing things like ledge dash nair aren't that great because look at where it puts you. It puts you right in the center, and they're probably dashing back right here, and then they get to like up smash it right.
Yeah. What about a drill? Do you ever drill?
I almost never drill from ledge just because I am thinking of them potentially jumping in this area too.
Hmm.
And so like even if I'm doing like ledge dash nair like that, or ledge dash I guess jump like that, I'm never picking drill just because if they are jumping in this spot, I want to be able to interact with it well. And even if they're grounded, nair isn't very bad because they'd have to move into this spacing, right? If they're like sitting here crouching, then yeah, it makes sense to be like, I'll let just drill because they're just sitting there waiting to get hit by it, right? But if they're not and then they move into that spot, I'd rather nair
Yeah.
for the potential of jump. I think honestly, what we should do instead of doing this in Uncle Punch, I want to pull up a random Fox versus X character VOD and then look at a
Oh
corner
yeah.
spot just so we have it in real time too, because I think that matters a lot. Let me switch over to my monitor. Cody Schwab versus Fox. Sure, him versus Aklo. That's
Dude, I've come around so hard on Cody Schwab recently.
he's a beast. Honestly, he's kind of just the goat.
I've been watching so much Cody.
He's really good. He's kind of just the best player. He's just really good. I don't know. He's just awesome. Let's see. Let's look at what happens here. Okay. Here's a ledge spot. Look at the spacing that Cody puts himself at. Okay, he thought he wasn't gonna be able to slide off and be able to tech chase, so he put himself in the dangerous zone. Right? And so let's see what it looks like from Akla's perspective. Aklo did not. I meant to pause. Aklo sees Cody Schwab dashing forward. All he knows is that he was dashing forward from here, right? And so he's thinking, this is the zone that I want to contest because if I do anything that keeps me in the corner, I'll probably end up getting hit directly. And so that's what he does. He does jump shine to contest this spot, and then also he gets to jump away. That's a big benefit of jump shine that you get to be evasive afterward too. That wasn't very good. Fine.
You didn't like that?
The Waveland, no. I thought the Waveland was pretty bad. Mainly because if Cody Schwab didn't have a reason to still be there, right? From his perspective,
kind of makes a face like it was an awkward decision.
Yeah, like from I think Cody's perspective, he's thinking I'm just getting out because he already made the mistake of being next to ledge, right? He misjudged slide off, thought he was going to get tech chase, realized he was close to ledge. He is only escaping. He has no reason ever to be in this spot. And I think from Aklo's perspective, he kind of leaned really heavily into being aggressive. I'm not sure exactly why, but then this Waveland off bear was not very great. And he got, kind of lucky that his shine hit, and Cody Schwab missed the exact timing on the punish because, frankly, it's a hard punish. But, I don't feel particularly good about the Waveland. This could be a ledge dash spot. Nope. Cody Schwab goes high. Why did it start lagging the moment he was on ledge? Yeah, it's just the VOD lagging. Okay, we'll go off this frame. We know that Akla's landing. we know that he's landing from a full hop and that he's going to be in lag, right? So what I think, or I guess, what's your thought on this current situation? What do you feel like might happen?
It doesn't look like there's going to be... This looks like a ledge dash in air spot. This looks like a ledge dash in air spot to me personally.
Why do you think that?
Or just ledge dash forward. Something ledge dash forward. Because if he's landing here, like ledge dash up tilt is definitely not like fast enough. And I think Aklo's gonna recognize that he's in the bad zone too. And he's just gonna want to retreat in some way. So I think any combination of ledge dash up smash, ledge dash grab, ledge dash nair, just something approaching off of ledge to kind of cover a dash back. That's what my brain thinks.
I think I agree with your conclusion that because like Aklo has reason to want to be defensive here because he's landing in front of ledge dash and he isn't safe. I super agree, but I think one thing that is important to know is that unless they're at insane frame disadvantage or really close, a lot of the time you won't actually catch anyone if their only goal is to be evasive. You only ever hit people off ledge dash if they're willing to get hit in this range. You're not going to catch anyone over here. They always can get away faster, you know?
Okay.
I think in this case, what we'll probably see, I think Cody Schwab, or I guess to go into what I would do in response to feeling what I would probably do some type of dash forward button too. Like I'd probably ledge dash forward, but I think I would play around positioning more. And so maybe I'd do dash forward, wave dash down here, or dash forward, full hop, wave land the side plat, or maybe I'd dash back, then dash forward. But something that takes my positioning into account a lot more than particularly like hitting something. Yeah, exactly. And let's see what Cody does. He does dash forward. I'm surprised Aklo bared. That is super duper greedy. Maybe I should expect a bit less safe play. Yeah, he stayed in that zone, which I guess means that we're wrong. He decided to dash enter in the zone and threaten ledge, but that also means he could have just gotten up smashed. But Cody's perspective, the way he saw it, was pretty similar to us, right? He thought that Aklo would be defensive because he's at frame disadvantage in front of ledge and probably doesn't want to contest. And so he did something that was dash forward position, right? He dash forward shielded just to be safe.
That's the thing about Aklo is he's like quote unquote defensive campy, blah 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 blah. But he also will like play the like greedy mix up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
And I feel like that's the thing that like people don't talk about him. They're like the reason why it works is because he's still like hard to predict. Because it's like I can't believe he'd like let that up smash rip. I can't, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel when I watch him. You know, it's like oh my god, he's so evasive, and then he just like plays the fuck it we've all mix up really well.
I agree. I think he is. I mean, I pretty much that's it. I disagree. I just agree. I'm gonna skip forward ledge stuff. Oh, ledge. Ledge. LP up throws instead of forward throws. 12. Yeah. Okay, let's look at this spot. He went to ledge. It was of his own volition, but still. Okay.
Dude, okay. Another thing to practice off ledge dash. I love that side B.
Yeah, true. Side B grab or ledge grabs too are important. The Cody Schwab was already in the zone. He was at frame disadvantage. I think Aklo decided one thing about ledge dash nair too is I see ledge dash nair as a generalist button, and so it's like it is kind of the button I'd want to press when I know that I think they're going to be in this area, but I don't know exactly what they're going to do. And so it's like I'm just going to ledge dash nair and like figure it out. Cody Schwab surprisingly picked a similarly greedy option to Aklo, where he was in frame disadvantage but decided to stay there and try and do something. And it would have gotten hit by if Aklo did ledge dash shine or ledge dash up smash or ledge dash around up tilt, right?
Yeah.
And that's like a part of the mix-ups too, right? Cody's idea was, I'm already in a bad spot. I think Aklo might assume that I'll try and be defensive, and so I'm going to pick something more proactive and ignore the fact that I'm at disadvantage. And that's the same thing Aklo did before too, right? So that's also like a dynamic, I guess, to be aware of in the ledge dash bot. Okay, that was a good reaction from Cody Schwab. That's a really hard one. I low-key, man, he just has 10 frame reaction time. He can do whatever he wants. Let's see. I don't think I have any more thoughts on the Ditto because I think with the Ditto specifically, that idea of your choices are between your choices are the things you're paying attention to are the initial frame advantage, and so if they're frame disadvantage, their baseline decision is gonna be playing safe / giving up space, and so you should take advantage of that by doing some sort of passive dash forward option, or at least leaning into that by playing into a spot that gives you positioning. So probably not naring or probably not up smashing or up tilting, but using dash. And then when they have a reason to be greedy, like they're able to set up the spot they wanted to before, then those are the things where I'm thinking maybe I'll do ledge dash on up tilt to catch them trying to, get my ledge dash or check me or something, right? I think gauging, I guess, how proactive, or not how proactive, how advantageous the opponent feels like they are based on their positioning is like the main thing that will, I guess, influence my decision off ledge. If it seems like they're not very confident because they don't have frame advantage or something of that reason, they're not spaced properly, then I'll try and take advantage of that. Not directly, because they're not going to be trying to hit the ledge, right? They're not confident. They're going to try and escape by taking position. But if it looks like they're confident and they really want to interact with ledge, that's when I'll bring out the up tilts or the nairs or the up smashes. And you know the specific details because it works the same on the stage. You nair them when you think they're coming forward, or you would up smash them for the same reason, or you'd up tilt to catch them jumping, blah blah blah. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do.
Wait, can we do Peach?
Yeah, let's do Peach. Peach is actually really hard. Peach is a hard character to get off ledge against.
Yeah, I'm grinding the Peach matchup right now, dude.
Good luck. That matchup is very difficult. Very, very difficult. Actually, I want to pull up me versus Peach because I played a Peach recently, and I think I tend to play a bit more passive on the edge against Peach, which is what I think you have to do. I think a lot of Foxes are keen on being proactive.
Who's the Peach?
This is Vavez, just a SoCal Peach.
Oh, Vavez, the GOAT.
That's the team's guy. Yeah. Let's see.
Vavez is a team's guy?
Yeah, he's a super teams guy. He hates singles.
Oh, that's so funny. What is it with Peach players and hating singles and liking teams? Probably because they're the best player in doubles.
Yeah, I mean, their character's hella easy in teams, so they love it.
That's such a fun thing. Michael Wills is a doubles Peach.
Yeah. Like, they all are.
Flotus is like that.
Okay, let's see. Let's look at the ledge. Here. I missed my ledge dash, but that's fine. If I were to ledge dash, I probably would have done dash forward, dash back, because I saw that the Peach was setting up a jump, right, in front of ledge, and I don't really want to contest that. And I like that after the neutral get up, I play pretty, like, I'm just trying to jump, shine, and then I decided to be aggressive after the double jump, but that was a perfectly good spot to just go to top plat and be fine, you know? Do I make it back to stage here? Well, oh.
Jeez.
Did I get hit to ledge here? I'm kind of not losing. I should pick a game where I get beat up bad. Like the FD has a lot of corner situations too, so it'll probably be pretty good. Okay, let's see. I decide against ledge dashing here because I am not good enough and I didn't practice ledge dashing off of that up B often enough. Slash, I was worried about getting hit by Dare, so I was kind of looking. But while double jump, and I like that I double jump shield. The roll I don't think was super great, but I think the shield was fine. But the fact that I think I played defensively in this spot rather than trying to hit Peach is the essence of it. Because even if I did ledge dash, I probably wouldn't try and hit Peach directly, just because I can't super contest with the different ways she could jump. Like, she could decide to do, like, dash to the right full hop float, and if I did nair, she'd just fall on top of me with a bear, right? And that's not something I could react to. And so I'd probably want to play it pretty passively. Looking for another ledge spot. Let's see. I missed the ledge dash. I'm hella good. Oh, let's see. Let's look at this one. This is in between stocks.
Yeah, it seems like you keep going between stocks. Is that the play?
I think it's actually better to not go to ledge, because one thing about Peach Invincibility is she's so slow that she essentially just has to pick a side and commit to it. And so you get to force her to play a 50-50 between whether you dash left or right. And if she's wrong, then you just get to stay on stage for free. Okay, let's see. I went for upper here because from my perspective, look at him. He's doing moves on stage. I'm thinking he thinks he's gonna hit me. He's gonna disrespect my ledge dash. I'm gonna like catch him, right? And so I do a Cody Schwab, but that's fine. But that is why I picked that decision, right? It was pretty clear that he's like disrespecting ledge dash, is what I thought. Does that feel intuitive?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty much the same thing with the Fox thing. And I also, this is like secret knowledge. It's not secret, but more it's the sense that it's like a random piece of intuitive knowledge that like Peach mains like to disrespect ledge a lot, because since they don't ledge dash, they don't really understand ledge mechanics well, and so a lot of them just kind of lean to disrespecting it. And so I was trying to take advantage of that there. See. Another spot where I mess up on ledge. Oh, this was cool. I did the down ledge dash. I refreshed because it's fine. Technically, it's probably best if you don't refresh, but I think in spots where you get hit off the stage and slide off, it's best to refresh because the timing lines up better.
I don't understand the down ledge dash.
I think I did it because why I would want to do it is if people are disrespecting ledge and I don't necessarily feel like contesting directly with the like execution test. Down essentially removes you from that situation while also being easy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and you still get Galint?
Yeah, you still get a ton of Galint from it. I don't think technically I think you can get as much as a normal ledge dash, but on mine I generally get around. I guess we could literally count 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, it's from out of lag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5. Right, so I got 5 frames a gallon, and that's pretty fine. I'm okay with that.
Especially because you're not doing a move. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of safe. And I picked it here because I did not want to contest with him potentially bearing this spot, right? And so I picked ledge dash down, and then once I got on, I picked an aggressive decision because I wanted to re-jump, and that's fine. Yeah. Okay, well, I would have wanted the ledge dash, but clearly I haven't practiced enough.
You got a better option, dude.
Yeah. Tournament winner spot dodge. But this is a spot.
That right there is why people hate Fox. Like that. Right
yeah, it's just like you mess up into like defensive spot that's hard to punish, and then you die for it. I agree. In this spot, if I were to ledge dash, I would have been aggressive because he has a turnip in his hand, and when Peach has turnip in her hand, her options are limited, right? She can't dash attack or jab or anything, and she can't short hop aerial either. She could float aerial, but she can't short hop aerial. And so I'd be probably thinking about ledge dash up smash, also because she's at kill percent, right? That's probably what I meant to do too, because I drifted full forward. I haven't hit a single ledge dash this game. What in the fuck? I should watch Cody Schwab, man. That guy's a beast. He probably doesn't miss his ledge dashes. I bet you he doesn't.
That's probably why you lost that game.
I know. Oh, look, Cody Schwab plays ledge patiently, right? I like this. He ledge dash crouches, right? He's not. It's really hard for Fox to contest Peach, and so it's like off ledge. It's the same thing. You're probably going to play defensive and then position afterward. Those 2 ledge dashes in a row, he respected Peach's big moves and played patiently. Let's see what he does off this one. He does ledge dash, full hop, dash bear. And the intention behind this one is he saw Peach full hop, and he saw her full hop forward too. And so in his mind, he's like, okay, well, I'm going to full hop bear because she is in the air and I want to catch her. It's kind of as simple as that too, And it didn't work out because Triff played it well and double jumps back, but I don't think it was a bad full hop off ledge. Oh, let's see. He gets hit off stage and gets the ledge dash. Griff is right next to ledge. Boom. Cody picks another pretty safe option, right? He just ledge dash forward tilts. Peach is far. I think from his perspective, right, Peach was dash dancing in front of the ledge, and so she technically was available to get hit, but he didn't want to commit to anything because she has shield available. And so he just picks like it's just like for ledge dash, pick a space move, you know? And then he plays out of it. Full hops for position and then keeps going.
Yeah.
And one thing that we've seen between both me and Cody Schwab is most of the time we're just playing passively off the ledge. Because Peach
Yeah, it's not a hit the Peach off ledge situation.
no. I think Peach very rarely gets hit off the ledge. It's like really honestly hard to do it as Fox. It's already hard enough to hit her on stage, you know?
It low-key feels like if you hit her off ledge, like you're gonna like hit her with the up smash, but like nothing else really.
I agree. I absolutely agree. That was really good. He's gonna up B side B. He wanted it. That was good up B from well.
He's just the goat, bro.
He's really good. Phantom. Into miss edge guard. Let's dash. Let's see. Yep, he let's dash jabs, which is just like a safe poke. Now the issue is that he didn't respect Peach being able to float forward, and what I think probably would have been a better option after this,
Wow.
maybe full hop in place, maybe just dash back shield. I think anything that gets you out of the threat range immediately is what's important. Like I probably think if he was gonna full hop, he'd have to full hop immediately after the jab, right? He'd do ledge dash jab, full hop in place, double jump over Peach's head. He could dash back. This is a very valid ledge dash back spot, but dashing back against Peach kind of sucks because she just is gonna do big moves in your face and it's hard to interact with. So
This is the ledge dash, jab, and then you do the side B teeter on the top plat, and you're away.
true. I agree.
Low-key.
That it would have gotten you out, and it would have been awesome. See if we could get one more ledge dash before we wrap up. FD's a stage where he gets to ledge often. Damn, that waveland was really far.
Dude, you know he's interactive because like every single time you hit like forward 5 seconds, he's in the middle of like literally being on top of Triff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Cody Schwab's super aggressive. Cody Schwab
Very
is he's a classic wants to interact player, which I appreciate personally. Let's look at this Ledgy.
Literally.
Invincible. Yep. This is something that I'd actually just talked about with Ledge Dash Dashback. It's hard to interact with Peach's moves because they're just so big. And so it's like, even though he Ledge Dash Dashback, he ended up in this weird spot. And so that's why I like doing Ledge Dash Dash full hop, dash forward full hop more. Because one, you have the gallant to not get hit initially. And two, you take advantage of the fact that Peach is so slow that you get to like get away if she decides to move into the corner. Right? And so what would happen here if he did that ledge dash forward, he would have just gone forward and landed right here as Peach is floating airing into the corner, and then he gets corner pressure.
Yeah.
And most of the time when my goal is to just get into a good position off ledge against Peach, I'm doing some sort of forward option. Ledge dash forward, ledge dash full hop. That's kind of it. But I'm picking between those two buttons to make it happen, and the only times when I'm explicitly not doing that are times when I think Peach is in this zone and I can't contest her easily, you know? And so then I do ledge dash back there because I know this isn't a threat because she's so far back. Or I do ledge dash dash forward shield maybe. Or ledge dash crouch, you know? That is about it. I think in terms of like general rules, since we didn't cover every character and all the situations, because there's a lot to talk about with ledge and corner. But
Yeah.
the main thing that I'm looking for or paying attention to is always gonna be, is the person set up to easily hit my ledge dash, or are they not set up? And then if they're close, in lag or far. It's like it's pretty simple. And then I think intuitively it'll be pretty similar to on stage stuff, to where it's like if someone's close to you and in lag, they're probably gonna try and be safe. But if they're far away and able to set up like a good position potentially, they're probably gonna be proactive. And it's the same on ledge. But sometimes on ledge, people are gonna disrespect it, and that's something that you have to be able to tell on the spot too. And you'd probably do that between either just like player knowledge or experience. Maybe one of your ledge dashes, they were just like naring into it, and you're like, okay, well, clearly this person wants to disrespect ledge dash, and you could take into account um other context too, like, oh well, maybe you ledge dashed poorly 4 times in a row and they respected it, and so they decided just to let it rip. And those are things that you have to be on top of too, knowing what is it from their perspective that they think will happen when you're on ledge.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
No, that's good. Something more general at the end is good to tie it all in.
Yeah.
This is really more of like a segue into me really solo practicing
Mhm.
efficiently. Like getting some baseline, talks about how I should be thinking about these things once I'm implementing in a game is great too.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm glad it was useful. I know compared to what could have been of this lesson, we didn't cover as much as we could have, but there's also just a lot of stuff going on, and I think it is important to focus on the practice part of ledge dashing / like the nitty-gritty of it, because at the end of the day, if you're ledge dashing getting Galint and you decide to play evasive every single time, that alone is like enough to be chill,
Yeah.
Just being good at that will be fine.
I definitely need to do that. Like, there's just too many times where I'm like, oh my god, I drilled there. Like, I just need to like literally like condition myself to not do that shit ever, and to just be a like full time ledge dasher. You know what I mean?
Yep, you got to be.
Yeah. I need to die by the sword. That's
Die. I agree. I think Melee is a game where no matter what, you have to be brave. You will be brave and die in your own way. Die by your own hand. And that is okay. At least you know that you were doing something good, and that's all that really matters. If you mess it up, that just means you probably need to practice it more. And that's fine, because that is easy to fix. And that is all okay. Okay. Well, if you have any other questions, or you come up and you're like, man, this keeps happening when I try and ledge dash. What do I do? Or this character keeps hitting me off ledge and I don't know how to deal with it. That might come up if you play Sheik or Falco. And we could talk about that, and I could give you a few of my thoughts and stuff.
I'm still booty butt cheeks against Sheik, but Falco, I'll figure it out. I'm not. Recently, I do want to get a Falco lesson, not because I'm like lost in that matchup, but because I just keep like losing game 5 to Falcos. Like the best Falcos in Georgia, I just like, dude, there's one Falco. Do you know who Safumi is?
I've heard of him, yeah.
Dude, he has beaten me game 5 last stock now 4 sets in a row.
Jesus, that is tragic.
It's so, dude, and they're all like heater sets, but like this kind of edges me out. He's super good though, but it's yeah, I gotta figure it out. Eclipse also still be fucking. He reverse 3-0'd me the last time we played.
Oh no.
So I gotta, I don't think I'm good against Falco. I just need to like maybe tighten up and add like one more layer, and then I think I'll be beating all the Falcos in Georgia, which is good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I agree. If you're losing game 5 to all of them, it probably means that most of the things you're doing are good. It's just there are like 3 things that essentially are auto losing you sets,
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I'm feeling good about the melee journey. I'm putting in more work right now that I have in this game in a long time.
Nice.
Kind of like back on the like focused. So I'm trying to get good. Trying to be ballot ready in 2027.
Ooh, baby, I believe in you. I think if you have the will and you put in the time, it is a given. So I believe.
Yeah, I mean, you've been coaching me now for like I don't know if you saw. It was literally like I saw it the other day when I was playing this lesson. I was like, oh, it's like your 2 year friendversary or whatever on Discord, and I was like, damn, I've been like getting coaching from Billy for a long time,
That's
man.
crazy. It's been two. I guess it has been, man. Wow.
2 years, dude. I remember I was super fresh when we started too.
You were, yeah, and you've gotten a lot better. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now I've just been PR'd for like a year and a half and fucking still cooking, you
Yeah.
know.
Hmm.
Haven't stopped. Still on the up and up. I don't think I've hit a true plateau.
Yeah.
So that's good.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
dude, that's my melee goal for this year. I wrote it down like at the end of last year. I was like, I want to be decisively the third best player in Georgia, which just means better than everyone that isn't Cole Ball and Panko. That was like my goal.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, if I do that, then like I'm probably good enough to like travel and at least get on the ballot in 2027.
I agree.
That's pro-
Absolutely.
that was That's my goal. So like the first couple of months I wasn't grinding super hard, but I've been hitting it hard recently and I'm trying to keep it up as long as I can
Hmm.
and see if I could do the thing. I mean, I don't think it's that bad. I play some top 100 players and I'm like, whatever,
Yeah,
like
I'll be honest. I don't think there's much of a difference between you and them, other than they probably have better combos and tech skill than you. If I'm gonna be completely
well, that's
honest.
why I'm fucking ledge dashing for 30 minutes a day, dude.
Yep,
That's why I'm doing that.
that's why
It's
you're
like
here.
it's like combos and tech skill and a little bit more experience traveling and competing and that's
Yeah,
what I got to do. I just got to close the gaps.
it'll at least it's not hard things. Tech skill is time consuming, but it is not like a complex thing to learn. You're just gonna sit there and do it, and that is a lot better than it being like, yeah, honestly, they're fundamentally better at the game. That's something difficult to deal with.
Dude, no, it's like that's the thing is I feel like I can keep up. I feel like I got a brain for it. I just feel like I got to do it more.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Yeah, man. Like I said, my last major, I fucking lost to J Mook and Nut, and I got games off both of them. And J Mook's supposed to be a top 5 player, so whatever.
Yeah,
If I can get a game off a top 5 player, then I'll be okay.
yeah, I agree, and it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Uh, in the meantime, again, any questions, any feelings, especially too, since with more tech skill, when you play in tournament, you'll be more aware of when you mess up tech skill, and you're just like, why am I so ass at this? Definitely, if you have questions or any feelings on those, you're welcome to share them. I have a lot of experience, so you know,
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be an adjustment. It's gonna be a mental adjustment too,
yeah,
along with the physical one. So
yes.
we'll see how it turns out.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna upload this lesson too, and then I'll probably send it over once it's done and stuff. So,
Oh hell yeah, it's getting uploaded. That's
yep,
sick.
yeah, I felt like this would be a good one to upload, just because it's like a bunch of random things that you might want to go back to compared to like
Yeah,
maybe a more general lesson where
yeah.
you only need to
Like
take a
bullet
few
points on the
notes.
matchup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So I'll let you know. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Peace.
Peace.